Welcome. Welcome, my friends, to the great Frost Ring Arena.
Welcome to the Frost Arena video series. My name is CoachFliperon, and today we will be running a very interesting list. The release of Frostheart, the next set, has been announced just a minute ago. It will be released on Thursday the 29th of June, and I cannot wait for this update. We're going to get a new updated Frost Ring Arena, way harder than the current one, with a ton of new stuff. We've got Elite's version of champions. There will be insane loots as well, I'm pretty sure, and things cannot be better really for X. We get a new set, we get a new update for PvE in the Frost Ring Arena, and I am so pumped. But now the question becomes, if you intend to, as me, to go directly into the Frost Ring Arena 2.0, what do you play? I mean, the current decks that farms Frost Ring Arena really well are all-in decks that are very aggressive, most of the time Ruby based, and these decks tends to do very poorly against very specialized encounters like the Warbot for instead. These are really hard fights because the mechanics in these fights tends to really go against what you're doing. Same for Xarlux. So the question becomes, what do you run if you expect that there will be a way harder version of Frost Ring Arena and you want to farm it right away? So I worked on different strategies and deck lists, and after giving a long look at the previewed champions and their elite versions and the cards that they have in, I decided to run a Blood Sapphire deck and try to see if I can make something that's not going to take a million years to win every game, but it's also going to answer most of the problems that the new Frost Ring Arena at least appears to be giving us. Well, the ones that were revealed. I'm fairly sure that there will be specialized encounter again that we haven't seen before, and we will most likely have to adjust for them in our deck building. But for now, we're running blind, and we need a very strong list that's going to be able to do very powerful things and bypassing a few of the usual rules of engagement. So this is where I was going with this list. There's a few slots in the list that are not really a requirement. You can just switch the cards as you see fit. So this is going to be, you know, a flexible list for sure. It's by no means tuned or optimized. It's just after running a couple runs and iterating on this particular configuration, I feel that it is ready for a very hard content, and it should be able to provide a very good stable base with the objective of clearing the new Frost Ring Arena with a perfect. Now, this is not going to be the fastest run, but there are dedicated loot for perfect runs, and I'm, you know, assuming right now that the loots that we're going to get for perfects are going to be very interesting, and the few that are going to be able to get them early in the game is going to be able to sell them for a good amount of platinum or gold. So that's my goal, and this video series for the Frost Ring Arena is going to be dedicated to that, the new Frost Ring Arena, and it would be just recording of a Frost Ring Arena run with a quick highlight of a deck afterward. I'm going to do the highlights at the end, just keep you guys on your toes, and I'm going to link the deck list in the description below, so don't worry about it. Without further ado, let's do our Frost Ring Arena 2.0 Crusher and start this run. You'll see quickly why I'm running Yuzu, but I mainly chose to run two specific cards that answered a lot of things, a lot of checkboxes that I wanted to check for a new configuration like that. And one of these cards was Spirit of Retribution, which has an equipment that makes it so that it just plays itself for free when you get attacked by any troop. So if you're facing an aggressive deck, you're going to be able to play troops for free and have a front line, even though you're not dedicating resources to them, and that's a fairly powerful effect. You haven't seen a lot of these troops being around just because it's a defensive troop at its core. and most decks were built in with the objective in mind to farm gold, so you don't really want to sit there and being attacked. But if you're building a more controlling deck, for instance, or a more well-rounded deck that is that exists to answer a lot of problems, you're often just going to be attacked over the course of the first couple of turns, and having these as a failsafe of you know, doing your thing, but also being protected from attacks is just a very, very strong mechanic, and I'm sure that you'll see more of them, more of the Spirit of Retribution as content will become harder. So in this situation, we could go for Civil Talent Agitator. That's the reason why we're playing Yuzu. Just a fantastic card when you are behind in card in or in health. You're just getting a ton of health, getting cards, and I'm just letting this in, assuming that we're going to be behind the first couple runs for sure, multiple times per run. So I want kind of have a good backup plan and just all around drawing a ton of cards. That's always very cool as well. So we're going to try to bait a block. No block baited, so going to go for damage here. Adaptatrons are a very recent addition to this list. This 4-card slot is really the one that you can move around and do whatever you want with it. Like I've run minions of Yazukan, I've run monsoons, all sorts of stuff. You usually want an aggressive card in that slot though. That 7 card on our opponent's hand. I believe this is the time to play a Silver Talent Agitator. And then we're going to attack. Perfect. As you can see, we're running 4 full package of contract killings as well. This card is just fantastic. Best removal in the game by a mile. At the start of your turn, you get it for 2. That's a big downside. However, there's a few interactions in the deck with that. We've got Life Drain out of the Spirit of Retribution. That is going to come very handy. We also have a bit of, you know what, I'm removing this guy. And then we take damage, and when we take damage, the Spirit of Retribution gains 1 attack. What happens is that when this one deals combat damage, it reverts. So this is only until it does combat damage. And here we've got a ton of cards. I think we're just supposed to play this and give it +3. We're not attacking, but next turn we're going to attack for 9 Crush Swift Strike with the Adaptatron, which is pretty great. I gotta say, I wasn't so sure about the Adaptatrons, but they're just so good all around as a card, and you can just, you know, get what you need from it most of the time, and you usually can bait bad blocks as well. So it seems to always gets his put out its weight. Like here we're just doing 5 more damage out of the blue with it. Could have been 1 more. Yeah, I missed a point of damage there. Oh well. Why not? So next turn should be a win. And yeah, we're taking a lot of turns, but we've answered everything that our opponent has played. We've got a commanding board position, and we can just ensure that we attack for the win here. Morphologies, we're playing the glove equipment so that we draw more cards out of them. And one thing to remember about morphologies is that they target any card, not just troops. In a sense, it's just a catch-all for 2 at quick. That's going to draw you some cards, and in many scenarios, it's going to draw you more than 1 card. So that card is fantastic. If you don't know what you're going to face and you want a catch-all, this is the catch-all that you need. And it's also a transform effect, so it doesn't send anything into the crypt for any of these Death Cry synergies. Contract killing is the same thing. We're avoiding a troop there, so no Death Cry or any of these shenanigans. Oh, that's great. So we're going to do the Ancestors Chosen competition here. I should have waited on the acorn that we have at least a couple of these specters. The other all-star of that build, and the reason why we're playing Blood and Sapphire, is the Mind Snatch Raven. What it does is that when you deploy it, search target opposing champion's deck for a card and put it into your hand. It loses all threshold. This part of the card comes from the weapon equipment. The Death Cry, which is a copy pasta of the deploy effect, is from the other chest equipment. So essentially what we're going to do, as soon as the Frostring Arena update gets released, we're going to play this deck, and a byproduct of playing this deck is that, amongst other things, we will be able to look at the opposing champion's deck, and I will be using that information to catalog all of the champion's deck, and once we know what we're fighting, we'll be able to formulate a strategy on how to beat them efficiently and quickly every run. So this is a plan. Find a way to get perfects, and then once we have enough information on what our opponent is playing, we're going to start looking at farming this. And yeah, this is, I got a few projects going that are going to use that information. I'll keep you posted. Expect a lot of coverage of the list that I'll be using in the Frostring Arena in general. I try to do at least one a week on top of producing the Adventures log. That's a goal. We'll see if I can maintain that. I plan to keep these Frostring Arena videos very light in terms of, you know, deck review and analysis. It's pretty much going to be a gameplay and a link to the deck list in the description of the video for the most part, so that I can just get these out quickly every time I do a run. I can just record the commentaries and then upload it right away. It's likely going to be the goal here, so that I can produce many videos per week, or as people like, and then I could still continue to work on producing the Adventures log in the background, because there's going to be a lot of change to many of the you know, meta decks for the campaign as well. We're getting a full new set with more than 200 equipments, amongst them a lot of equipment for old cards. So there's going to be a big shakeup in the meta for PvE in general with this set, not just for the Frostring Arena. So it's going to be very interesting to cover all of this. I'll try to produce as much content as possible. It's going to be very fun. Alright, so the Spectre train is going. I mean, we've got like a couple of these, and then we can just grab another one. Like, that's the only thing I fear against this deck, is if he starts like with a chosen or two in play. Often, like, Eldritch Reamer will be able to drag the game out for a long time, and then you end up in a point where you can't recover. So this is where we're going with that. Going to put the other chosen, and then we can attack with or flight through. We don't mind, and the eye tends to block the legendaries first, and this is perfect for us because we're going to draw another card from their deck, which is going to be another chosen. And now we're at 5, so 10 more. Everything. Now I'm running this really close because we're at 9 right now because of the contract killing. We may want to just, yeah, play out the contract killing this turn. Well, okay, we're playing both contract killing here just so that I don't forget it, and then we can remove one of these guys. Played Mind Snatch Raven. I don't think there's another. Yeah, there's none. Okay. What do we want to hit next? I think we just want to remove the yeah, like something that is unblockable is could be a problem. We're low health overall, so we want to be careful about that. There's no real point in attacking at this point. We're just going to chum block. What I'm very scared about is anything like a Grolk or a yeah, that one. That could be a serious issue here. So maybe yeah, I guess that works. So we have got a blocker. And if he attacks and remove the blocker, we can... Oh, great. We're going to do this and draw a card at the end of this. Oh, was it a mirror? Oh, that's a... that's a big problem. Alright. Let's go. We need this train going. We need this train. We're at 95 cards. And do we have any way to draw a card with that? I don't think so. Oh, I could have attacked. Yeah, I should have attacked with the Raven. Okay. So eventually we're going to hit critical mass. We're close to being there actually. If we get a good sequence of Spectre here, we should be okay. Yeah, next turn should be it. God, if he draws a Storm Call or Growlk, I'll be super mad. Super duper mad. That's not going to cut it. That's perfect. Yeah. Okay. Just before the end of the turn. Draw a card. So we've got... Well, how many do we have right now? So 2 gets blocked, this one and this one. So that means... Yeah, that means more than enough. Just going to attack. Yeah, this fight I just was... You know... Going for the fences, not really thinking. I should have had a better game, like playing the contract killing way earlier during that match would have made a big difference in our health total, and would not have been in reach for something like for a kill. That's what you want to be careful as well. This hand is fantastic, sure, why not? And we want more Ravens. Always more Ravens. So turn 2 we're going to steal something from them. This fight particularly, there's not a ton that you really want. Let's see if we get a chosen. Nope. Wow. Okay. Yeah, we're going to contract killing that thing for sure. The question is, will we get something else to contract kill? Just do this. And okay, so we get it for 2. It's not too bad. We're 19. We've got a game going. Since we don't have any resource in hand and there's really not much here that we want to be playing for us, I think I'm just going to go with a resource. Make sure that we get a resource drop next turn. That's my main concern at this point. When it dies, we can always get another card, and we've got another one coming. So really, there's no problem with that. I tend to be very, very aggressive with the contract killing, for the most part, just to make sure that we stabilize. And yeah, we've got another one. So go and steal. We should be able to hit 4 next turn. So 4 cost. Plant Garden could be nice. Could be a fun one. Do we have anything else? Like cards that win the game on their own. This should be winning the game on its own if we draw it long enough. And we still got, like, it's turn 3 and we've got 4 damage as, you know, 4 damage with flight every turn. It's really not that bad. We did not draw a resource, so I'm going to go with the Riven to get another resource again. Just want to make my resource drops. And that's another great use for Raven. You don't always need to go and get the flashy card. You can just play it, get a resource, and just continue to curve out. Often that's a very good way to do things. I mean, these are 2-1 flyers. You don't need that many to really make a difference. Alright, so we want removal at this point. Thankfully our removal is able to just deal with anything that has a Dectry effect, so We're not too concerned about this guy. I guess we're still going to remove it. Could have gone for the creeper here, but I think things are going okay. We've got a million card draw in the pocket, so really not scared about what's going on here. What do we do? 9. Could go this, and then +1 speed, and then we could. Did we play resource this turn? Let's just go and try to get a removal since we're not hitting our opponent this turn. We're close though, but yeah, not quite the kill. And here we go. Again, this list has a ton of draw, ton of control, good evasive attackers, free troops, and the list go on. If there's a lot of, you know, things that prevents you from playing card in the new Frustrating Arena, I can see switching back to the Monsoon just because of the tunnel power that bypasses playing the card. Either Reese or Monsoon. I tend to lean on towards Monsoon a lot more in that slot though. It does just, you know, getting back a Raven from the crypt, it's just, in itself usually there's a win. We've got all slow shards, but against the Blood Sphinx we really don't mind. So it's going to be a long game. He's going to have a ton of removal, and we're not winning this fight anytime soon. Spectral Acorn, Spectral Acorn. Add a touch run for the second turn would be nice if we get a fast shard. Oh, Sky Mage. And we did get a fast shard. We're going to start being able to pressure, but most likely it's going to act as a lightning rod for anything that could happen. 2 of them. Oh yeah. That will be great with Morphology next turn. So we really want to keep 2 resources open this turn, because when we double Morphology, we double the number of cards that we'll be drawing from them. Just before the end of the just before the end of turn phase. Big 2, it's not too bad. Now it doesn't have a whole lot of resources going. Let's just wait and see what happens. Okay. Yep. Here we go. Potentially drawing 2 cards there. Yeah. That tends to work. And do we want 4 resources on this turn? I don't think so. I think we're just going to go with good old Fentio. Always a trooper. Doing so much work to help us win games. Like long games, Fentio is really hard to beat. Scheme was likely created by us. Oh, Mind Snatch Raven. You go this, you go this, and what do we want to get out of him? He has a lot of Bury, and we're putting Tarantulas into his deck, so might as well try to get something nice. Sadly, there doesn't seem to be a lot of... Wow! How many mass polymorph dinglers? Okay, that's what he targeted with Scheme. It has to be. You know what? There's not a lot of Bury in there. What is the next best thing? I don't think we want Grant the Infinite to be played against us. And 3, we don't have anything to play. I should have used the coin in case we draw a 1-drop with the coin. We did not, so it didn't matter, but that would have been better. A better line for sure. Mastery of Time. Okay, we did draw a Contract Killing because there's still 1 card that was morphologized, morphed Yeah, morphed. Okay, so that's a ton of card. Do we get a Tarantula? We do get one. It gets bounced back. Still drawing a ton of card. There are more Tarantulas. And then this. And oh, what is nice. Return each other troop. Yeah, I'm not going to play that. Okay, so I guess we're in the realm of playing this, giving it speed, giving it +3 attack, and an attack for 6. That's a decent amount of pressure right there. Like when you're I really like Adaptatron because when you're going very late game, it can still, like, it's a speed troop that packs a very, very big punch. So even if you get it back into your hand, you just replay it. It has speed, and like this, we can just bring its damage to 9 on this turn. So unless he has a ways to kill it next turn, it's going to be the winning card of the match. We're going to discard these two. I just don't want to die to them, because we've got a ton of stuff going in our hand, and sure, that doesn't help you at all. Did not work last turn, will not work this turn, and we get a win. So you could use minions of Yazukan as well in that slot, like just to have a recurring attacker that's always there, and it just becomes bigger and bigger. That works super well also, and it's a 1-drop, so it's really just, you know, what do you fight? Like after the first run, we're going to adjust the list, and I'm going to make it evolve as long as we're not consistently getting perfect runs in new arena. This is the point where I start, maybe this is really not well suited for the new arena, and I'll have to find a new approach, but I'm betting on this one right now. Zoltag, and we don't have a Spirit of Retribution. I really would have loved to have one, but at the same time we've got Morphology and Contract Killing in the hand, so we're fairly safe. He's going to play a ton of troop. If it's not now, it's going to be later. This turn, we're just going to be efficient. We're just going to play the Ancestors Chosen, start racking up these Spectres. Still have Contract Killing in our hand, so not too scared. Is it worthwhile? Yeah, it is. It is. It's going to save us 2 damage, and we've got a good thing going here. 4 damage is not a small amount, and we can even play an Adaptatron and attack with it. I think this is where we're going this turn. That's 5 damage. Yeah, works. Excellent. Where do we go from there? Nope. Drawing card, gaining no resource. That's fine with me. Contract Killing on this guy. Where do we go from there? I think we're going to invest in our Adaptatron, really. Yeah, why not? It's going to trade at some point. Do we Morphology? Yeah, we're just going to invest here because he's not blocked and going to be able to do a decent amount of pressure, and he's not going to die in combat. This guy we want to remove. Don't like our opponent having card advantage. This is only something for us. So gaining this. Morphology, this guy. Bring out another Adaptatron and then just attack. So even though this is more of a control shell, you can see that we can certainly put pressure on our opponent. It's not anything near what you need to do to farm content, but it's pretty good nonetheless. Okay, where do we go? I think we're going with that first. Drawing 2 cards, playing a shard. That's sad, but that's okay. Going to be a lot of duplicating of these guys. What? Why didn't I get a black face again? Okay, so first thing first. This. A shard. This. I think at this point we want to block. Do we want to attack? If we attack with the silver talent adjudicator, are we dead next turn? 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 10. We block 2. We can block 3. And we attack for 3 is down to 8. And next turn we do. Next turn we can give crush to this guy and we should be good. So this is how we win this. You know what? Yeah, okay, so we have a black face now. They're all doing 2, so no discrimination. Block 3, 5 pass means do I run the risk that he has a combat trick and kill me? Because we're keeping these 2. I think we can afford losing one of the specters. Combat trick. 3 is a more comfortable number. Okay. Alright. Attack with everything and hope that he doesn't block. Oh my god. 3, 5. Is it not enough? One short, really? Oh my god. We're not going to get a perfect. Okay. Well, that's not a great showing for a deck. So the question here is that I'm using. I recently switched to Adaptatrons. If these would have been minions, I don't think this would have helped us. Of course, you can have just bad draws, but I mainly put this on me. Not choosing to play the right troop and not choosing to upgrade at the right time. My Adaptatrons. I may have missed a point of damage somewhere, so I don't think it's the deck building really more than just me screwing around. So we need to make sure that we'll get good mileage out of this morphology though. Need to get the card advantage game going. The good thing is that the very big difference in this game is that we do have access to Spirit of Retribution. +2 is 3. Okay. That's still fine. And we're going to draw a card out of this guy. Perfect. And last game we didn't get really the power, the powerful things that we usually want to get going. So here I think we're going to Fentio. Back with these 2. That's the turn. Okay. We're in a good spot. Not too much to worry about. This is a great removal for this guy. Do we use it though? It's our only removal. I think we're going to keep it. So what do you do here? What I really don't want you to be playing is this guy. So we'll remove the first one. Oh, and when it enters our hand, it creates a troop. That's neat. And now that we have a flying life drain troop, things are going to be way easier. Like maybe just the starting end wasn't good enough last turn, but I think I durdled too much around. We'll see. Take 3. This becomes 3 attack. Okay, so this guy, there's no way we're letting live. So, yep, bye-bye. Nice, we're still drawing card. So we're at 25. Opponent's at 5 cards. We are at 5, so I like this. Drawing a ton of removal and just going to attack. We're very close for the activation of this power, and he does have all the threshold for his passive, so we need to be careful about that. Do we want to trade? I don't think so. Now there will be a metric ton of blockers, but we're going to start getting specters. So do we race here? We attack for 3, 6, 8. That's a decent amount of damage right there. It's 16 in 2 turns, so we should be able to survive next turn. That means we're attacking with all these guys. We're going to gain 3. We've got 2 morphologies in the pocket, so do we want to keep them instead of playing a Spectre? I think we do play a Spectre. We want the added damage next turn to kill a game. And now we can do contract killing and morphology on our next turn, which is perfect. We've got a couple blockers, we've got morphology, and 1 morphology and 1 contract killing, so... What do we morph? I think we morph this guy. Contract killing this guy. And we block you and you. This guy is going to be a pain, but it's not going to be enough to save our opponent. Yeah, this is more like it. It's still close. I mean, you know, running a control deck against a deck that goes really wide with 2 attack troops, that's just very hard. You'll notice that I'm not running any board wipes. This is something that will likely need to change. For now, I'm not running any. But if I had to run some, I think I would remove 1 morphology for 1, and maybe 1 less adaptatron, so that I have 2 removal, which is all about hitting our troops. What would like to have is Raven to still the Rage Fires, or 2 Ancestors Chosen is not a bad spot. Like 2 on the same turn, she's not likely going to remove both at the same time, and getting these guys running is always nice. Okay, we're going to go with the slow shard. Pass the turn. We're still on the 2 Ancestors Chosen plan. Unless we draw Raven. If we draw Raven, Raven is going to get played. No Raven. Oh, we do have a Raven, so this is the first thing we're playing. Dealing a now escalated Rage Fire. And this is what I meant about Mind Snatch Raven becoming way better as the difficulty of the game improves, because when the card quality of your opponent is improving, your Ravens also improve. And this is the biggest, this is where I made the assumption that the deck that we're going to face are going to have increasingly good card quality, which Raven is going to be an all-star in these decks. We already saw a few of the insanely powerful constants that Ogart would have in his deck, and I can tell you that on turn 2 you just get 1 from his deck, and on turn 3 you play it, you're going to have a huge advantage. Not only that, you get to choose which one you're going to play. So yeah, Raven is the keys to the kingdom, I believe, for the upcoming Frustrating Arena, at least the early Frustrating Arena. Once we know what we're facing, like, there has to be a very aggressive, very quick that's going to emerge and stand out of the luck. But for now, I just want to do perfects. And at this point, we've got 4 Rage Fires in our hand, which is more than enough for us to start killing our opponent. These ones are all 6s, so here we go. Double Mind Snatch Raven for the win. Playing our opponent's deck against him, and the selection is just insane. Like, it's really mind-boggling. Not like usually drawing cards out of your opponent's deck is of average is less quality than the cards that you would draw from your own deck. However, if I tell you that you not only will you draw from your opponent's deck, but you get to choose a card, that's an insane amount of selection. And also you can just draw shards when you want them. So yeah, that card is pretty much insane. It's not a quick card per se, so, and it does clog up 2 equipment if you want to get maximum value. You could just run the weapon equip and not run the chest equipment. That also works, you just get less value out of it. But since it's a legendary, it tends to be a lightning rod from your opponent, so it's kind of nice to have it. I don't expect to get another Spectre, so I'm just going to play the Raven first. Against this deck, there's not a lot going on in this deck, really. We're not worried at all from the Kittipede. I like to remove Jags. There's some very aggressive lines where he plays a Jag and we don't have any removal, and then he starts running us over. That's very rare, but it happens. For the most part, just, yeah, with 2 troops, we're going to race him. Like, this is way more damage than he's doing right now to us. Do we play Jags or we play Adaptatron and Spectre? I think in this situation I want to play more cards, but yeah, I want to play more cards. Just everything has Rage 1, so just going wide. And next turn we have the option of, you know, investing in the Adaptatron or not. Still a fine blocker if we really want to block. 4, 4, 4, 3. I think we're just going to go wide. Attack with everything. Like, this is working well for us. Don't even need to invest in that Adaptatron. Like, our opponent is now has to block, and there's very little I can play just to fight what's going on right now. So yeah, it's going to be a win. Easy peasy. And that's what makes Riven so good, is that it is a decently aggressive card. Like, it's a 2/1 flight for 2. If you play it on turn 2, you're going to start attacking for a decent amount of damage. You don't need that many turns when you're attacking for 2, then 4, then 6 in the air, right? We're against the Paladin of Nagan. We're not going to get attacked very early. We do have a Spirit of Retribution and a Morphology. Kind of a slow hand, but we're on the draw, so I'm guessing that Morphology is going to have a target, so we can start drawing cards from it. And maybe we get a Chosen. No, no Chosen, so just going to go with Blood. Making sure that we get the right thresholds. Alright, here we go. And we do have a target. It's not the best target in the world to morph, but since we don't have a lot going on right now, and this one is yeah, we're going to wait for it to attack. We're going to play Spirit of Retribution for free, and we're not going to block with it. We're going to do this instead. And we're going to draw a card at the end of the turn. Yeah, that works. Now we're talking. Okay, so this... A contract killing is perfect. So we can play Adaptatron, we can play the Chosen, we can attack for 3, gain a couple health. We're now in favor with the health. We've got a free removal option for anything that's related to the synergies of his deck. Just going to run it there. If we have resources open, this is why I really like Adaptatron. So let's see what we get first. What do we want in this situation? More removal perhaps? More threats? There's not a ton going on there. I guess Vampire King is good, right? I heard somewhere that Vampire King was good. Do we... Yeah, I think we just several Jacket. Draw another card. Things are looking great. Yeah, not ready to trade Chosen. Just going to do this. Do we trade here? Nah, we're just going to do damage. And this improves the attack. Every time we get hit, this becomes higher in attack, so... Yeah, I think I'm ready for that. Not going to beat around the bush too much. Now, next turn we will have to remove this guy, or he's going to eat someone from our team. Oh, the wall gets eaten. That's perfect. Never mind me, I got a Vampire King. And a ton more flight troops. We get another one? No. And we can do this. I'm just going to play an Adjudicator just to have a 3-2 flight attacker. We did not really gain anything else from it. Oh, oh, that was brutal. Like, there's 2 Vampire King in that deck, and yeah, we just stole the first one and then attacked and kill and transformed the other one. That's how we do things. Okay, so 7 resource. Now, I think we're going to go +3 attack, +1 attack on this one. That's 4. And then we can do this. We can do this. We can do this. And then this. And then we just attack with everything. And we don't care at this point. Yep. Clearly don't care. So it's not super fast, but we're getting a nice pace. Like we attack every turn. It feels like we're doing powerful things while attacking every turn, while having options in our hand. We're drawing a lot of cards. We're gaining some health. The list really does a lot. Check a lot of boxes, that things that you want to do for a powerful all-around list, and this is why I like it. I feel free to test it, and if you ever change some card slots and you put some work into it before we get a release next Thursday, let me know, and we can make this one a good one. Alright, turn 2 Might Snatch Raven. It's hard to be better than that. Against the Dexpire deck, really what I really don't like is that if the game draws too long, this guy here can be a major issue, so I like just to steal them. And at some point I just play them like it's not like it's a bag through, it's 6 attack for 5, and we really don't care if it dies. So I did not kill this one. I wanted to see if I would get a Spirit of Retribution. We did not get one, and I think we're just going to get this one out, and who knows, I mean, there's a few card slots, right? Because I really like the Chosen just to increase our deck size against the Bury decks. and it just provides a ton of flight attackers. So in the very long game, we're going to win just because of him. Even if he just stays like 5 or 6 turns in a game, it's usually enough. Fentio is the same way. However, Fentio is not nearly as offensive as the Chosen. So maybe there's going to be a card in the new set that's going to trump Fentio. Like if there are any 1-drops that tends to win the long run, I'd like to play them for the most part with this configuration. Okay, so 1 Spectre was great, 2 is very good. We even get another Chosen, so we're going to switch gears a bit. Now we're going wide. Could have gone with the other Fentio, but more threats. Yeah, this guy is usually not great for us, but we can just remove him now and go on our merry way. Did I lose a point of damage somewhere? Like, these are not very big troops, but when you have total control over the board, it doesn't really matter. You're doing 5, 6 damage a turn anyway. We need to draw a shard at some point though. Yeah. Things are going great. I mean, could have invested in Adaptatron for 3 more damage. Wouldn't have changed the clock here. I may have missed a point of damage earlier and this could have been a kill there. But we're still pretty much okay. Like, this is a kill, right? Yeah, delay by 1 turn for a possible misplay there. We're now at the second boss. I'm still on the fence about Adaptatrons, but there's a lot of scenarios where they're good. And they're good early game and they are good late game. So, and they're both offensive and defensive if you invest all the resources into it. So I really like that. First turn Chosen, because why not? Into a second turn Raven, into a third turn Fentio, perhaps? That's just nuts. What do we steal in Yuzume? That's a fairly good question. She has a ton of great cards that you can steal, but for the most part, Money Cashin is Swift Strike. When it deals damage to an opponent, draw. Create a Battle Hopper. This one that does a +2/+2 each turn, so, and it has Spell Shield, which is very nice. This guy with Spell Shield, we're not going to trigger Spell Shield. I think we're just going to steal these cards. Like, they're draw 2 for 3. It's really not that bad. And what it does is that it improves all Shiners. And once she's empty her hand, if you just make sure that she doesn't have any ways to refill, usually you are okay. And at this point we're just running Fentio. I thought that maybe instead of running Adaptatron, since we're running Fentio, as soon as we get the new patch, we're going to be able to run Azure Fate Sorceress for a Azure Fate mill combo, because we're going to get a minor gem that is a buried gem. So that should be pretty cool. This is one of the ways I'm going to try and skew this deck. Could be again replacing. You know what? Let's just wait. We could be replacing the Adaptatrons for Azure Fate Sorceress and have like 4 Fentios and 4 Azure Fates and just run an Azure Bury deck, combo deck with Ravens and other things to just stabilize the game. Wow, this is great. Okay, you are out. Our opponent is just stuck on resources. That's great for us. Spectral Acorn. We get to draw more card. Do we go, I think, here? This is the perfect spot to play a Silverton. Nice. More. And we've got another Raven on that. Why not? The game is on. Like, this wasn't a fast game, but really was able to turn the corner fairly, decently quick. This, strength in numbers. There's one there. Okay, there's two. So she hasn't drawn any of these yet. That's another thing. Like, Might Snatch Raven gives you a lot of information. Once you learn to know the decks, you can kind of look at their deck and know what they drawn, and that's a pretty big deal. Like, right now it's not that big of a deal because you know, the fights are easy, but assuming that the fights get really harder, knowing what they have in their hand as a byproduct of playing really good card is certainly an advantage not to underestimate. Yeah, we're just attacking with the flyer for the win. And backup Tarantula's plan is great. I really think that's going to be an Azure Fate deck. And I have to review the new champion. Maybe we don't play maybe we replace the adjudicators with we replace the adjudicator with Azure Fate Sorceress and the Adaptatron with whatever new hot card the new set gives us. Alright, we're going to hold on the contract killing. We're only going to get hit on the start of our next turn. And yeah, that's a good reason to wait. You know what? Let's just see what happens there. Another one. Yo, that would be a crippling start, really. Ah, this was a very big misplay from my part. Yeah, I can get it by 2 next turn. We really want them to attack to enable the Spirit of Retribution before we use the removal. And that's kind of a theme for the deck, so could have had a lot more value out of that turn. It's okay, I mean, this turn we get to remove an attacker, kill the other one with Spirit of Retribution. Sounds like a neat plan. Yep. Wait, why can I... Okay. This, block, this, kill. And then... Yeah, we're in the realm of Fentio now. Third turn. And... Normally I would attack with this troop and then it becomes bigger, but it reverts when it does combat damage, so I'm not quite sure how it works. I don't remember. I know I tested it, but let's see, it should become bigger. And on the next turn when we do damage, it's going to be reverted, so... Oh, another one. And a Raven. Let's see, we have access to 2 more resource. What do we play for 2 more resource? I think we just steal removal. Like, get a burn. Kill this guy. And then... we can get this. Oh, I miscalculated resources. That's okay though. No problem. Should have played the Shard of Cunning, but yeah. Not a problem at all. Yes, we block. Gain some health. We've got a flight attacker. We get more Tarantulas into their deck. Take this guy. Give him speed. Sadly, we cannot do anything else. But we're going to play our resource for the turn. Attack with everything. Do a decent amount of damage. We're at 31 health. Yep. And he had a very, like, he had one of his best start. And we're just crushing it. We had a good hand, but it wasn't an exceptional hand. We just had a good curve of things that are for free. Like, running 8 cards that play for free in a list is so great. opens up a lot of things. Like you're controlling the game with 3 cards, and then you can just concentrate on attacking with the rest, or being annoying or anything. This is a keep, right? It has to be a keep. This guy is very annoying. If anything, this is the one that I not fear, but that you can struggle the most against, because he's going to tunnel all the troops and they tend to come out at the same time, and you get it for a very big swing. So if you're in the process of attacking, it can be really awkward. So you want to make sure that you deal with the aggression, deal with the tunneling troop the right way. Yeah, we're skipping. Yeah, this is a very slow start. Turn 3 we can, if all else fails, turn 3 we can Might Snatch Raven to draw a shard, and we can even fix our missing blood threshold that we require for Fentio. Yeah, this is where we're going. Like, it doesn't need to be busted, you can just fix. And we're not going to get attacked pretty soon by all these tunnel troops. 3-3 is okay, with Rage 1 is not the best thing in the world. 6 is a problem. I kind of really want to hit a threshold or hit a shard, so yeah. Going to get a shard. Yeah, we would have drawn one, but need to deal with this combination of troops. That's a big no-no. Okay. So this is what I meant. Like, if it would have gone for, you know, drawing cards or being less defensive, it would have just got ran over by all of this. This one improves every other Shinner, right? No, it's just big. Okay. Combat phase. Alright, so you go. You go. And now we have to deal with a 4-drop. That's way better. Wait, did he get that? He did get that out of our morphologies. Ow. 5. Going to get a diamond threshold. Is that what we're doing this turn? I do think we need morphology up. Having a blocker is nice. Yeah. A blocker and... oh crap. Okay. We could use morphology on this guy. I think this is what we're doing. We want to preserve this guy. We're going to get hit for a big chunk, but next turn we can play Adjudicator, gain some health. Oh, never mind. Wow. Yeah, this fight is not that great for us right now. How do we stay in the game? We played this guy for sure. Now this one trades with any of these two, which is fantastic. I'm going to play 2 Chosens instead of anything else. We've got another Adjudicator in the work, so not too bad. We're going to trade with the 7, take 4, and now we've got an engine to get some troops to block. Oh. Contract killing is very good, even though we got it for 2 damage there. We're going to do this, get this, and if we just get 1 turn where we can play Adaptatron and make it bigger, it's going to be huge for us. I'm going to leave a morphology up this turn. Yes, we may be able to play Adaptatron and start working on it. This is a situation where it works really well for us. Oh, we're still drawing a card. That's excellent. 12, we can gain some or health. Like this. Like this. Morphology is open. Do we start attacking? I think we do. we're in a good spot. So we managed to stabilize. It was a bit scary there, but that's okay. There's a lot of tunneling that's going on right now though, so this is a bit scary. Do we go for the card draw or we go with the improved adaptatron? I think this is where we're going. Really want to make this into a decent blocker and attacker, so we need 3 plus steadfastive for, yeah, we want 2 to be open, so let's just put 3 there. We can do this, and we can do +1. I think we're getting more by doing +1 there. And we're going to get attacked by a decent amount of troops next turn, but we've got Morphology open, we've got 2 Adaptatron, and we need to start pressuring our opponent. Now he's on a 2-turn clock. Okay, so that's a decent turn. That touch, we don't... Yeah, we can deal with most of these because of the Adaptatron. It might even prevent the AI from attacking. Gift of Yazukan. Wow. Okay, I know what I'm doing with Morphology. Going to draw a card out of that. Yes. And a Spectre. Okay, so Spectre. This guy. This guy. You want to be 3. And then 2 defense. Leaves us with 3. I like that. We can go with this. And then 1. Now we've got 2 very good blocker, and this is mainly the argument to play the Adaptatrons are late game when you're facing big troops. You can just stabilize with these guys. And they become so big. Like if they're not removed, you're going to just win the game with them. And that's what's happening there. Like just because of them we were able to really change things around. And we likely have the win now. If we attack with both of these guys, we only need 1 more damage to go through. This is risky though, because if he blocks with everything, well, we're still killing everything if he blocks with everything, so yeah, just +5. 9 crush damage with Swift Strike. That's a decent amount of damage right there. Yeah, Adaptatrons are great. They are super great. That's one troop that doesn't cost a lot, that grows, that gets exactly what you need every time. And you often, you know, get at the late part of the game where you have access to resources, and that's perfect. This fight we tend to just steal the Royal Falconeers. Since we're playing turn 1 and we don't have any other plays, I'm going to keep the Spectral Acorn until we have you know, Spectres in the deck. It's not that we need them, we're clearly playing the Might Snatch Ribbon anyway, so going to wait for our 3rd turn just to try to hit these. Yeah, just going to get some Falconers. Since I don't have a turn 3 play, I could have gone for a Jags. That could have been great as well. If he kills the Raven, I think I'm going to get a Jags. Or not. So what's the plan now? See if we get a Morphology. Remove the Solitary Exile. We did not get one. Wow. A bit flooded here, but we're sitting on 6 card, and we maybe... Yeah, that's bad for us. Okay. Oh, we've got Spirit of Retribution. That's so nice. At this point, we could be playing Silver Talon, but we're not drawing cards with him, and we're not getting out, so screw that. Just going to play the Falconer and pass the turn. When they attack, we can just get the Spirit of Retribution going. Yes, please. And we're going to kick this one's butt and take the 8. Gain 2, so that's 6. Now we're below our opponent, so we're going to gain help from Adjudicator. We can play this, we can play this, and we're going to draw a card as well. So that's the... Yeah, the Adjudicators are insane. Here we go. Not too shabby here, not too shabby indeed. Yeah, sure. Attack with everything. For... was 7-8. Nice. Yeah, take 7. Okay. Just makes this Spirit of Retribution bigger. Oh, this one died. Okay, draw a card, draw something good. That's okay. That's still okay. And we're going to go with a slow shard. Now, we're not in a as good as a position as we were before, but we're still attacking for 2 here, gaining 2 back. And if we are dealt any damage, we kill our opponent next turn if he doesn't remove any of our troops. So we certainly want to block one, but not the other. And now we have more than enough to kill our opponent. And wow, we did get flooded a bit there. Nothing to worry though. And yeah, I think that was the goal, right? To have a deck that was able to come back from behind, that has a lot of staying power, lots of card advantage, high quality removal, playing things for free. I think I'm hitting all the buttons there, putting all the check marks in the list. The only one that I'm not putting is a fast deck, but once we know exactly how much control and how much of these things we need, we can remove the rest and just go for full-on aggression. And since we're playing Blood, we have access to a ton of extremely good aggression. Second turn is not looking too great. If we get a fast shard, we will be... yeah. Ah, come on. Could have been one each ish. Do I play Cerebral Jacket or... yeah, I play Cerebral Jacket. Drawing one card, attacking with this guy. Oh, we get a Spectre. So next turn we Fentio, and then yeah, should just continue to generate Spectres and draw more cards. And Fulmination is great. Great for us since we intend of playing Fentio. I really cannot wait for Thursday so that I can put Azure Fate Sorceress in this list. It's going to be so cool to combo kill our opponent with Bury. It's not going to be as good as what we have in Immortal, but it's going to be close. It is going to be close. So what do we do with this guy? Yeah. F8. Costed us a bit of HP there, but not that much. Okay, do we want 4 this turn? I think we want this. We want this. And we kind of want to play 2 resource card. Attack for 1. We're not doing a ton of damage, but we're certainly established now. Booby Trap. Heat Wave deals with the whole board. Even kill the Adaptatron. Wow, the AI really doesn't like Adaptatron. Okay. I'm game. I'm game. Hey, hey, hey. Fine, Snatch Raven. For... oh, Rage Fires. Oh, yeah. We're definitely in the Rage Fire plan. On the Rage Fire plan. Yeah, since we're on the Rage Fire plan, might as well go with the damage here, pass the turn. How much? This one is 2, right? Oh, we get a 5 here. Drawing 2 cards. Do we get to draw a Raven? We don't. Oh, that's sad. But I'd love to get a Raven, so we're removing this. Going to use this here. Put this, and then play this. And then we attack for 7. Yeah, that works. Yeah, and we're going to likely get some very nice Bury cards with the new set. So in Sapphire Blood, and maybe we're going to get a nice Bury team going. That would be great. Wow, Hours of War. Scars of War. That's a nice update to that deck. Followed by a Heat Wave. What is going on? Don't... Yeah, Reach Fire. Yeah, Rage Fire. And attack. That was completely unnecessary, but... Who doesn't like playing Rage Fires? I do. I really do. There's at least 2 encounters in this Frustrating Arena right now that has Rage Fires in them, and we're playing Mind Snatch Raven, snatching all the Rage Fires. Curry I really like when playing Mind Snatch Raven. He's the one with the most bunker cards when you fight him as a boss, so really appreciate Curry right there. Do we keep this? I'm not quite sure though. It doesn't seem like a good Curry end. Yeah. I mean, Spirit of Retribution makes things a lot easier. We can Morphology on 2 to start drawing cards as well. So I think this is where we're going. Blood, and yeah. As soon as we go second turn, we can start to remove anything that they place and start drawing cards from them. Amongst the things that you don't want to see on the board against Curry, this one is at the top of the list. Well, not the very top like the first one, but it's clearly something you really don't want to see. Right now it doesn't really matter though, so I'm not too concerned about it. And we're going to kill it with a Spirit of Retribution. And yeah, this one's going to get converted into Fungus Liberation Front. What? At the start of your turn, if you control 5 or more troops, summon a Lumbering Sparkle Spore, otherwise summon a Shroomkin. Oh, that's nice. That's super cool. Okay, so yep, we don't have any target for Morphology. We do get a Contract Killing and we get a Shroomkin. Now, 4 resources, 5, 6, get down to 6. That doesn't work. We cannot play Silver Talon here. I think we're playing this guy. Getting 1 attack at speed. Playing a Slow Shard. And just attack. We've got a Contract Killing in our pocket. Going to be Valerie, right? Yeah, Valerie. And this guy. Okay. Yep. I'll be doing that. Hey, it's not too bad. What, 3 right now? 5, 4 card. Do we have a way? We don't have a way. And well, we could play Adjudicator here to just gain some health, but I don't think that's the right thing to do. I know that this guy is going to spawn big troops at some point, but this guy, I really want to draw some card, and this enables Adjudicator as well. So this, we're at 5, 5. Now this works, drawing some cards and gaining some health. Now we're talking. Yeah, that works. Got morphology open, we've got contract kitting. We're in a very decent spot. Got a good hold over the game. Drawing some card. Oh, we can just do this. And then, yes, yes, this is what I wanted. And we've got enough resources to play Boundless Imagination. And this is why I love Raven so much. Draw 2 cards, each card transform into random other cards with the same type. So we're not going to get this guy, but that's okay. We're likely going to attack for a ton more. Like these 1/1s are likely going to transform into something way bigger. Way bigger. Wasn't as good as expected, but it's an improvement overall, I think. I would still put this as an improvement. Oh, we've got a mandate. That's going to come back into our hand very quickly as well. Things are getting interesting. Hurry's not doing much tonight. He's sad that we more or less avoided our Valerie, so I apologize to Valerie. And my wife's name Valerie as well, so yep. Should know better. Oh, I cannot resist playing another one of these. I just can't. Oh, this is nice. This is great. Can add even... Oh, what's going on? Oops. Yeah, we're still doing this, right? Yeah. Boundless Imagination. There you go, guys. We've got Rouge. That hurts. It's not a perfect, but I really feel that this one was a misplay more than anything else. The deck really feels solid, so thanks for watching. This was the Frostring Arena Crusher. It's a tentative quote-unquote crusher, of course. We don't have the Frostring Arena just yet, so I'm doing a lot of speculation, but I urge you to start running the list and test it and tell me if you're switching any cards around. I think that together we can put this list on top of the list of things that can do a perfect of the new arena on the first try. Well, that was loud. Sorry for that. So that's my dream, is that we take this list, we do our first run, and we get a perfect. So this is what I'm trying to get there. My first one will be recorded for sure. So the next video you're going to see in this video series is in fact going to be my first run of the new Frostring Arena, and we'll see if I can manage to pull out a perfect. That's going to be a very, very tall order, but I think we have the tool here to work with. And I may be switching a few things around before the end, but the core is there and I really like it, so I'm just going to keep it. CoachFliperon signing off. See you on the other side of the new Frostring Arena. Bye.